Hello, my name is Andy Watson. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Codewind plugin for the IntelliJ IDE. To use Codewind locally, you will also need to have Docker Desktop installed. Let's start by bringing up the IntelliJ IDE. In this instance, I am using the Community Edition. I shall install Codewind via the IntelliJ Marketplace, which can be accessed by selecting Configuration, Plugins, and then typing Codewind in the search box. Once displayed, simply install the Codewind plugin by pressing the Install button. The Codewind plugin will then start to download. Once complete, we will need to restart IntelliJ to pick up the new plugin. We're now ready to create a microservice using Codewind. First, I must create a new project. In addition to the plugin, Codewind also uses its own Docker container, which needs to be downloaded the first time it is run. Next, I need to select the template for the application I wish to create. These templates come from a template repository. For this video, I shall create a Spring Boot application. Next, I enter the project name, as well as the directory to use on my file system. Codewind now starts to create our project and download a Spring Boot template application for us to start developing from. From the sidebar, we can see and manage all of our Codewind projects. In this instance, I can see the status of my application as Codewind automatically builds a container with all of the required runtime and framework dependencies included. Whilst the container is building, let's take a look at the Codewind project that has been created. These files remain local for editing, but all changes are automatically reflected and rebuilt in the associated container. Now the container has been created, we can check the running application by right-clicking the project and selecting Open Application. Here we can see the root URL for our application running within the container. Back in the IDE, I can see project overview information for the containerized application, and particularly the exposed ports used for access. Let's take a look at what Codewind has created. In addition to the local application files, we can see a number of Docker containers running. 2 are for Codewind itself, and now a third container running my Spring Boot application. Going back to the running application, I can see that it automatically has a /health liveness endpoint enabled ready for deployment into a Kubernetes cluster. The template application also provides an example endpoint which simply returns a confirmation message. Heading back to the editor, let's open the example endpoint source code and make a simple change to the response text. As soon as I hit save, Codewind detects the change and rebuilds the application using the updated code within the container. The project status has changed from starting back to running, and so I'm ready to test my latest code change. Codewind also provides easy access to the build and application logs, which are all within the running container. From the logs view pull-down, I can switch between applications and their build or application log output. To create another service, I simply right-click on the Codewind plugin and select either Add New or Import Existing Project. Find out more by visiting us on codewind.dev and follow us on Twitter.